Have you ever had that feeling that you're stuck in a creative rut? You pick up your camera, but nothing feels fresh or exciting, like you're taking the same shots over and over. You're not alone, every photographer hits that wall sometimes. But here's the good news, you don't need a new camera or a trip to Iceland to get inspired again, just 5 simple mini projects that reignite your creativity and help you see the world differently. I've been behind the lens for over 35 years and teaching for 20, and I've seen it time and time again. The fastest way to grow is to play and experiment. When you turn photography into a game, you stop chasing perfect and start discovering possibilities. And before we dive in, let me share something that completely changed how I think about creativity. Learning photography is a bit like learning to drive. The technical side, your gears, your controls, your mirrors, that's all teachable with a step-by-step approach. But advanced driving, that's anticipation, feel, and reading the road ahead. And once you understand your camera, you've only learned to operate the vehicle, so to speak. Creativity is learning where to take it and which route to choose along the way, not to mention which route you prefer. And if you want more help with your basic knowledge, after the video, why not grab my ebook, The 3 Essential Pillars of Good Photography, totally free when you sign up my newsletter. The link's right below. Oh, and if you're able to stick around, as well as the 5 tips, I've got a bonus I'm sure you'd enjoy. So one of the recent discussions in our Photography Foundations community over on School really hit home. So many photographers find the technical side of photography much easier to master than the creative artistic side. And that makes total sense. The technical is safe. You can measure it, test it, tick it off, and check the histogram. And it becomes muscle memory over time. But creativity, that's a bit more elusive. It's personal, can make you feel vulnerable, and can sometimes be very frustrating. We get used to, that'll be good enough, and we repeat what worked, and before we know it, our pictures feel flat. The only way out is to shake things up and to experiment, play, and reconnect with why we started photography in the first place. And that's exactly what these 5 mini projects are designed to do. So let's dive in. Let's start off simple. Pick one everyday object, a mug, a plant, a shoe, or whatever, and photograph it 10 different ways. Change your angle, alter the light, the distance, or the background. Maybe get low, shoot from above, backlight it, or use reflections. And give this a try. Set a 10-minute timer and see how many creative variations you can capture. This works because it pushes you out of autopilot and into visual thinking. You're training your brain to look for possibilities rather than just subjects, if that makes any sense. This exercise builds creative flexibility, so then next time you face a dull or ordinary scene, you'll have 10 ways to reimagine it instead of 1. It's like learning to speak photography fluently. You stop translating and start thinking in images. And once you've trained your eye to explore one thing deeply, the next step is learning to see opportunities everywhere. So the idea here is to set a timer to go off every hour for the day, and when it does, take a photo, and maybe for convenience, use your phone for both the alarm and the photography. So when the alarm goes off, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, take a photo. Could be a cup of tea, a bus stop, your dog napping, or anything that you're doing or wherever you are. You get the drift. This is great because it trains your eye to see light and moment, not just subjects. When you stop waiting for perfect conditions, you discover that interesting photos exist everywhere. And I suggest giving this a go. At the end of the day, lay out all the images, maybe in a Lightroom album, or collage on your phone, or even print small 6x4s, and notice how they tell the story of your day without using a single word. The great benefit of this is that it builds a visual awareness, a core skill of every great photographer. You'll start seeing photographs where others see clutter, and it teaches you that creative vision isn't found in places, it's found in you. And since we're talking about seeing differently, let's temporarily turn off one of the biggest distractions of all, colour. Challenge yourself that for 1 week you'll shoot exclusively in black and white. You could either use your camera's mono mode or convert later in post-production, which is probably what I would do. The aim here is to focus on light, shadow, texture and shape. This works because removing colour is like taking the lyrics away from a song. Suddenly, with the instrumental version, you hear the melody, the beat and the subtle changes. With photography, it reveals the structure of your composition and the true character of light. This benefits in building your understanding of tonality and form, the underlying architecture of every great image. Once you master that, colour becomes a tool of expression, not a crutch. Your photos will have a stronger impact because they'll work even without colour. A bit like a great song sounding great with both the acoustic version and their full production. So why not give this a try? Photograph the same scene in colour and mono. Then ask yourself which one speaks louder and why. And I'd love to know in the comments what you think. Then after a week of seeing in light and shadow, let's add a new limitation that teaches you intention and style. For this one, choose one lens or lock your zoom off at a single focal length and use it for a full week. Tough, eh? But you can do it. This works for us because when you can't zoom, you have to start moving. You'll learn how distance affects perspective and how to frame purposefully. So why not give this a go? If you normally shoot wide, try a 50mm or 85mm. If you're used to telephoto, challenge yourself with a 24mm. You'll be amazed at the difference. This exercise develops spatial awareness and creative discipline. It also builds a consistent visual signature, that your look people recognize without seeing your name. And what a great feeling that is. In short, you stop reacting to a scene and start designing your photograph. Is this making sense? Then once you've learned to design with lens and space, there's one more element that shapes everything we shoot: colour. You did remember to turn it back on after the mono challenge, yeah? With this one, choose a colour: red, blue, green, whatever you fancy, and spend a day photographing everything that shares that same hue. You'll find that your eye starts locking onto tones, patterns and contrast, and you become sensitive to how colour affects balance and emotion. This really is a fun exercise, and I'm sure you'll be amazed by the results. This benefits by building your understanding of colour theory in the real world. You'll learn how colour guides the eye and sets the mood, making your images more expressive and intentional, and that's exactly what we're after. And this is worth trying. Create a simple collage or grid of your images. It'll give you an instant lesson in harmony and consistency. Okay, so now you've experienced variety, restriction and observation, let's bring it all together in one powerful final challenge. You up for it? So for those of you still here, this little bonus could be a game changer. Set yourself strict rules for a shoot. One lens or one location, 1 hour, or maybe limit yourself to 10 frames. And I'm sure there's others you can come up with. Constraint is the secret weapon of every creative. When you limit your options, you focus your attention and think more clearly. It's like a jazz player improvising with just 3 notes. Every decision matters. Or like dancing in a phone box. You really have to watch where you put your feet. This helps to build creative confidence and intent. You stop hoping for magic and start making it. When you master working with less, you can create more, anywhere, anytime, with pretty much any gear. So how about going to a place you know really well, give yourself 10 shots only, and see what new stories you can find. I bet you surprise yourself. So there you have it, 5 creative exercises plus 1 bonus challenge to help you reignite your imagination and see the world with fresh eyes. Which one are you going to try first? Drop me a comment and let me know. I read and respond to everyone. And if you want more continued motivation and support, why not come and join our free Photography Foundations community over on School. It's a friendly space where beginner and intermediate photographers share work, get feedback and join monthly creative challenges. There's no judgment, no ego, just a group of people who love learning together. It's the perfect place to stay accountable and keep growing your craft. I really would love to see some of your pictures, and the community is a great place to share them with like-minded people. The link is in the description for you if you fancy it. It'd be great to see you there. Why not watch this one next? And if you found this video useful, hit like and subscribe for more videos designed to educate, inspire and empower your photography, as well as helping others find this channel, of course. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.